Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I want to talk about mass surveillance and how it happened. Because in order to appreciate the fact that it has happened, and it has, you need to understand how and why it happened. And I think you'll be surprised at the reasons. Now first off, I want you to take a look at my Brave browser here. I had to reinstall it the other day because of an error I made. And it's been running now for about 3 days. Now, Brave is wonderful because I have saved about 15 minutes of time using it because it's quicker than anything else. But it has blocked 17,090 ads thus far. Now, on my original installation of Brave, when I was still running Windows back then, I ran Brave for about a year, I had well over 1 million ads blocked. Okay, so how did we get to this idea? Okay, first we have to go back to the time when the internet was open to the public by Bill Clinton. That created the ideas that smart businesses like Amazon, who were one of the first ones to do it, we could probably sell things to people online and deliver them to them offline. And really, that's a fantastic idea. It's a great business model. And we had the dot-com era come into existence, which of course was an enormous bubble. It burst and caused a big crash economically for everyone. Now, the smart businesses, the really smart businesses, realized something. Well, not even the smart businesses, a lot of times it was just smart people, that those who were online were not really interested in buying things. Right? Now, today people do buy a lot of things online, but it's become securer, safer, or at least they think it is. And oftentimes it's far easier to get something online than it is to get it offline because it's digital anyway. Right? And it's taken quite a while to get to that stage. But after the burst of the bubble, various people realized what people wanted online was a social experience. They wanted to share with their friends that they haven't seen in a long time or don't live in a vicinity of. They wanted to share pictures, information about their kids, their vacations, and all of that. So all of these social networks suddenly got invented and came into being. And then the really smart corporations realized they needed to find a way to get in the middle of that. And get in the middle of that and figure out a way how to make money by being involved in this. And that is what led us to where we are today, with social media being as powerful as it is and dangerously powerful. Right? Social media has come to the point where it is dictating political policy in the world today. Right? And they've almost become, like Facebook, Google, those places have almost become governments in of themselves. Right, and that's everything about that is just bad for people, right? And now, because of these innovations and these ideas, data is now the #1 commodity in the world, worth more money than oil, and that's just never happened before. Now, because of the power of the internet and the power of computers as it grew and grew, governments realized that they could use this power to watch people who were of interest to them. And so they got themselves into the field, and they actually did a lot of illegal surveillance at that point in time. But the thing is that doing those kinds of things, even though they know they're wrong, becomes an addiction. It's power. There's a thrill to it. There's an excitement to it. But most of all, it's powerful. And power is the most addicting of everything that happens to us. Now, that being said, we came into the 9/11 situation. Now, that is a very questionable situation, as everyone knows. I don't think that there is anyone who actually believes the 9/11 story verbatim. Right? And I'm not really interested in the political aspects of it. However, it gave an opportunity for the government to once again violate the Constitution in the United States, but also impose laws that made it easier for them to use this power. And so today we have a situation where all data, regardless of where it is used in the world, regardless of what country you're from, is collected by the United States government. and stored in massive, massive amounts in databases all over the world. Right? The connectivity has come with a price. Now, this gets down to simple ideas. Today they use algorithms to determine if the content that is going through the web could be a problem. Right? And the fact that all of your data is collected, all of it, every transaction you've ever made where you've used a debit card, because remember, everything is connected. You go to Starbucks and you buy a coffee with your debit card, that transaction is stored online by governments. Right? And that's just a massive invasion of privacy. It's none of their business about what coffee you buy. But see, now we can start to have other problems as a result of that. And this is why people, each individual person, must take back their privacy. So you go to Starbucks and you swipe your card and you sit down by yourself or maybe with the missus, it doesn't really matter what it is, to enjoy your coffee there. And at the same time, a person of question goes there, swipes his card, has breakfast at Starbucks or whatever, and sits down someplace else and consumes his breakfast. Now, let's suppose that that is where he goes every morning on the way to work, and this is what you do every morning on the way to work. Because he's going there and you're going there, you could become a person of interest. Do you see how dangerous this data is? And people go, I never thought of that. So, pay cash at Starbucks. Go to the instant teller. Take out $100 for the week or whatever it is you need. I'm being excessive here in my view. Spend cash. The electronics convenience comes with a price because, you see, these countries, let's take the United States and Canada as an example, there are laws, constitutional laws that protect the people. However, when they scream national security, they can override that. Okay? As an example, are you aware that in the United States, if the president declares martial law, you lose your constitution? The Constitution is suspended. Right? All rights in the Constitution are gone if martial law is declared. Now, why are you going to do anything that could put you in harm's way? And it can. All you have to do is, just as an example, and coincidence is an interesting thing, even though I don't believe in it, it is interesting, the people that you cross paths with that you don't know. I'll give you an example. I used to frequent a Tim Hortons on the corner of Doolittle and Cabana in Windsor. And every evening when I would go in there to get a coffee, to try to keep me awake because I put in long days, and just between one of the kids' classes, I would go in there and grab a coffee with my son and myself. I cannot remember the gentleman's name. His first name is Alexander, but he is a very famous classical musician, and he happens to live in Windsor current at that time. And he would be in there every night. He'd be talking to people. He's a classical violinist or flautist. That was it. Now, we're both swiping debit cards, and he is a person of interest for whatever reason. Maybe he has a tax problem. I'm not saying he does, but that puts us both in the same place. Okay? Everything about that just is not good. And so I encourage you, start with your laptop or your PC, secure it. Get a VPN. Get rid of Windows. Start to sign off of your Google accounts. Look for email accounts like Proton Mail where you're not being tracked. Use the Brave browser instead of Google. I don't like Firefox. Firefox is a good product, but they've become political, and I just want nothing to do with a company that is, to my mind, is showing a mental illness by picking a political extreme, be it right or left. Right? Extremes are mental. When somebody has extreme views on things, that's a form of mental illness. Right? And besides that, I don't use Firefox to listen to their political opinions. I use it because it's supposed to be a good browser. Right? Use Tor. And don't listen to propaganda on Tor either. There's so much propaganda surrounding Tor. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I just wanted to update you on how this happened. Okay? And you can see very easily how it happens. It's kind of like when it comes to the government and mass surveillance, it's kind of like, yeah, I've just got one cigarette. And pretty soon, you know, you're 2 packs a day. Right? Power is addictive. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Like the videos, share them with your friends. Check us out on Patreon because Patreons get perks, and we really need your help to get this message through. Have a fantastic day, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.